Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll get started. Thank you for joining the series of webinars on the topic, Your Brand is Your Passport to People's Heart. This webcast is an introduction to some of the basics on how to make people love you and build a relationship that lasts long. Our presenter is Dr. Abed Baidas, who is a group chairman of Identity Branding Forum. He has an experience in development of advanced consultancy strategic solutions, and he's an expert speaker, trainer on a wide range of social, economic, business, and governmental related topics. With that being said, Dr. Baidas, over to you.
Thank you, Faisal, for the introduction, and thanks everybody for joining us today. Before we get started, I'm gonna probably be stopping by in between to give everybody a chance to be asked a question. Things like a little quizzes in between the session and the discussions that we're gonna be having this afternoon. Your brand is your passport to people's heart. If you stop for a second and think about why is it like a passport? A passport allows you to cross borders. It actually eliminates a lot of barriers between you and the places that you are planning to go or you're crossing. They grant you the permission to get in. They give you access to where you would like to go. Brand is same. It gives you. It's like it's a passport that gives you access to people's heart. It gives you all the things that you would like to accomplish to you. Now, when you let's a quick introduction of who we are. IPN Club International Professional Elite Network is a member of Identity Branding Forum family. We've been around since 2007. A lot of our development started actually in 1996. Now, what I would like you to do is go through our website for the full details, so I don't spend more than necessary time here to find out a little bit more of what we do. IPN is actually the world's first sustainability disruptor. What we do basically is we build sustainable disruptive brands to lead change and future trends. We provide business sustainability ecosystem based on our own sustainable human development protocol, and we help members start their journey to profits, growth, and sustainability. Now, how we do it, we bring businesses and communities together to connect and align with available opportunities and act upon. We help members think out of the box or actually throw the box away to build their business brand value. We turn them into non-conventional businesses, connected, engaged, and aligned with their stakeholders to stay profitable, sustainable, and grow. What we actually do is we help our members fall in love with the things that they do and others of what they do. Now, most businesses of our time, they think their projects is their opportunities. Actually, projects are for you, opportunities are for me. What it means is whatever you produce, whatever services that you provide, you actually able to, that's your bloodline. That's as we're gonna see a little bit down the line. So we need to think of the value. What makes people feel you are different? I would like to share with you a little of an ad that started, that was made available years ago by a major publishing house. It's called McGraw-Hill Magazine. And what it said, the ad actually, I don't know who you are. I don't know your company. I don't know your company's products. I don't know what your company stands for. I don't know customers. I do not know your company's reputation. Now, what was it you wanted to sell me? Take a look at those bullet points in the ad and think seriously, how could that be reflected on your business, on the way you're promoting yourselves, on the way you are building yourselves, on the relationships that you have with your stakeholders. Now, if we take a look at what people know is what matters. You need to understand what people know and feel about your business, because that is the basis of their attitude. Do not assume that because you might have the best products, the best of services, the best of prices, people don't know the difference. Really, if you think about it, they have no clue which doctor is the best doctor for them. They just feel whoever they feel comfortable with, they think that's more suitable for them. It's the attitude and emotion people associate with your business is what makes up your brand equity. How close they are to you. For example, you have a perception about your business that they would like the market to have about you. But the reality is the market might have a different perception of your business. What matters is the perception that they have, not the perception that you think of. Now, we always say a brand is like a human beings. All brands are born equal. The trick is to prove one isn't. Branding is the art and science of identifying and fulfilling human physical and emotional needs by capturing attention, imagination, and emotion long enough to make money from it. Also, like a person, a brand has a name, personality, character, growth channel, and a reputation. You can respect, like, and even love a brand. You can think of it as a plan for decades, as a deep personal friend, or merely an acquaintance. Also, like a person, brand must mature and change its product over time, but its character and core beliefs shouldn't change. Neither should its fundamental personality and outlook on life. That's what really matters. See, people focuses on my products are my business. No, your business is your relationship with people. Your business is what you do for them. Your business is all about them, not you. That's what the mindset change that is required is should we decide to really break through the tough times that we are facing, especially during our current times. Now, people have character, so do brands. A person's character flows from her integrity, the ability to deliver under pressure, the willingness to do what is right rather than what is expedient. You judge a person's character by her past performance and the way she thinks and acts in both good times and especially bad. The same are true of brands. Now, stop thinking about your business as a business. Think, can you turn your business to a person with character, people to enjoy, to have a relationship with. Now, I said the key word, a relationship. When you think of selling something to people, it ends when your competition comes into play. But when you think of building a relationship with people, only then they will start trusting you. And when they start trusting you, they will do business with you. Now, like brands, the proof is, you see, they not only choose and guarantee quality, but they also add fun and interest, provide aspirations and dreams. That's what your brand should be. Some people love them like children, for example, which might explain why there is a 4-year-old boy named Nike, an 8-year-old named Ferrari, and a 2-year-old girl named Hermes. If you stop for a minute, how many people would you think would name their kids after your brand? If I stop for a minute here and ask a question, Could you write in the chats area? Every one of you has a business. What would you think the likelihood that people would name their kids after your brand? Please take a moment and write it down in the chats. We've got 1 minute for everybody. Because if you cannot think of it, that means you don't have a brand, you have a business. Should I go on, or somebody's going to make an attempt? Okay, I guess we're having difficulties to think of the names. So let's go on. Now, a brand is not a trademark. A brand is a point of view. Did you think of it that way? Branding is a strategic point of view, not a select set of marketing activities. Now, some people think I have a logo. That's not a brand. That's a presentation of a brand. I have a website. I marketing activities. I have an appeal designed for my business. All of that is a presentation of your brand image. It's just like similar to the picture that you have on your personal ID or your passport. It doesn't destroy your ID if you don't have a picture, but it actually makes it harder for me to identify you. Now, products and services are the blood of your brand. They are the brand. It's not what it is about. Your organization cultures and standards for action are the heartbeat. Your products and services are the blood of your brand, and the culture and standards for action are the heartbeat. Isn't that interesting? If you are not a brand, you are a commodity. Then price is everything, and the low-cost producer is the winner, or the only winner. Now, that's why the first test, when we couldn't come up and say who would be likely to name their kids after my brand name, then we have no relationship. We have not tugged at people's hearts to make them think that we are proud of this relationship. We are proud of this brand. We are proud of what this brand is about. And that's what we talked about here, brand identity. It's who you are. Think of it, don't always keep thinking it's a person. Think of your business, it's a person. How would you like everybody to like that person? How would that person has to be dressed to be ready for the right occasion, for the right presentation, for the right appeal? It's who are you? Who cares and why? These are the three strategic questions that has to be addressed every time that you want to do something. You want to think of a new product. You have to think in terms of whatever new product or service you're planning to add. How is it going to add to your character, to your personality? Think of it, it's like a new cologne you're going to try. Is that going to be appealing or not? A new shirt that you're planning to wear, if it's a pink, somebody might say it's a fluffy. It makes it look fluffy. Well, this happened to me actually with a few of my good friends. And why is always the good reasons. Why would they like you? Why would they? Don't think in terms of why would they buy from you, but think of why would they like you? Why would they love you? And the difference between the two, one will give you up when they find something cheaper, and the other will stick by you. So think of how to make people love you as a brand. Aspects of a brand, when you think of the brand image, how the brand is now perceived. The identity value, how strategists want the brand to be perceived. You can always change the image. I can always make a bad story looks great. I can always make a great story looks bad. Well, brand strategists are able to do that. And that's what brand is. It's a strategy. It is not marketing collateral. It's not an image. It's not a name. It's not beautiful designs. It's about how to get the message right to the hearts, direct to the hearts of people, to your customers, to fall in love with you. And the brand positioning, which is the part of the brand identity and value proposition, to be actively communicated to the target audience. Now, you have to think, to turn your business to a brand, you have to think of the wheel alignment. We all know what's a wheel alignment, right? Okay. Wheel alignment is necessary to boost your car performance, to keep enjoying a reliable, safe, stable, comfortable, and pleasant drive, avoid major repairs, and make your car last. Well, same things goes for your company brand sustainability. Now, what does that mean? You have an ambition as a business owner, as a business person. And that ambition is, if it's about making money, then you don't have a brand. You're trying to sell products. If it's about doing something to people that establish relationships that last, then you need to think in terms of what do your people, the people that you're targeting, the stakeholders, really want. Not from your own perspectives, but from their own perspective. Now, we have our own little diagram we put together, building sustainable brand value protocol. It starts with, the first one is called identify human opportunities. What does that mean? Think of your employees, for example. Okay, we always try to do things for them that makes them feel good about us. Have we ever thought what their families and the people close to them think and would want? That's what we call real opportunities, the distance opportunities, because now we started reaching far into the market, not just right within our own stakeholders. That gives us a base to look at what we build, what we call build your brand identity, your value. That will start shaping up who you are. And that will start defining, will help us define the relationships. Who do we really need to rely on to help us build that value, get it there, and build partnerships. Who are our stakeholders in terms of investors, in terms of buyers, the relationships you're talking about, probably governments, NGOs, partnerships, investors, buyers, sellers. This now we have a base that will start helping to improve the performance, because now I started aligning everybody. Remember back the wheel alignment? Now I started here aligning the wheels together with everybody with it. Once I have improved which will get me to improve the performance, it will lead to sustained prosperity. That will lead to sustained development. Now I have a sustainable brand value that keeps on going and on without an unbreakable cycle. Identify human opportunities. People are more empowered than ever to speak up on issues that matter to them and the causes they care passionately about. If I stop for another minute and ask everybody in this session to write what matters to your stakeholders the most, what they passionately care about. Could you write it for us? Share that view with us. Go to the chat, please, and share it. We have 1 minute. I'm waiting for interaction.
So, Dr. Baidas, could you repeat the question?
The question is, what would you think would make the people that you are selling to or your stakeholders passionate? What will be the most they are passionate about for their businesses, the people of their businesses? Is that clear?
Yes.
So one response, revenue and profits. That's what they are passionate about. Now, that's your stakeholders probably. What about your customers? Satisfaction with what? Now, quality is associated with your product. Satisfaction is associated with what? Your product or your service? Is that what makes them passionate? Is that what could make them passionate? Satisfaction of your products and service? You can tell that to Nokia's customers. When Nokia failed to fulfill their aspirations. Let's see, let's go on a little bit down in our discussion and come back to this question again and ask, perhaps we will have a different perspective. Now, you need to engage in authentic dialogue with consumers that goes beyond the product and build a stronger and more emotional connection. I go back to the chat room. How many of you have engaged in authentic dialogue with their consumers to find how to build an emotional connection? And how did you do it? And what was the outcome? Back to the chat room. Survey. Great. Is that a random survey? Specific to a topic. Okay. Did that involve your employees, the families of your employees? Direct communications. Well, how direct is direct communications? What do you mean of direct communications? Did you actually go out on the street talking to people, or did you actually did something else? Retail stores. Okay, let's keep going, and we're gonna go to another question a little later. So one of our chat in the chat rooms saying that he talked to his consumers on a daily basis. Is that enough? Perhaps, perhaps not, but let's see a little bit down the line. You need to start conversations around social issues. Consumers want and expect the brands they love to support them too in the causes they care about. If I go back to the chat room, would I get the same response? How to make people love you. We always say good brands make people feel good about you. Great brands make people feel good about themselves. If we look at this diagram, connecting to people basics, what we call creating CSR opportunities for the brands. If we look at the blue box, the tangible basics, we look at food, clothes, housing, health, education, transportation. Now, some of you would say our business is very focused on those areas for their employees and the families of their employees. Well, that's good enough, but it's good to make them feel good about the business, not about people not about people themselves. If we look at the intangibles, the box in yellow, we start looking at something different, a new sets. We call it interest, ambition, skills, talents, relationships, partnerships, facilities. The blue box help people to exist, the yellow box to live. If we go back to the previous set here, how many of you have actually dealt with these on the base, dealt with those three elements on the blue box basis and the yellow box basis? Can we go back to the chat rooms again and give it a try? To the person who said he talked to his clients on a daily basis, what did that conversation cover? And how were you able, or what did you do to really help them meet some of their yellow sets of intangibles? Can we give it a try? Being happy with your service, that's happy about you. What did you do to make them feel good about themselves? Because remember, they're happy with the service you provide them as long as they're in the stores. Once they left the store, they go back to their reality. That's with the service. You remember, your service is the blood of your business. How about the heartbeat of your business, which is the yellow intangibles? If you look at the blue, that makes them feel good about you. Let's, for example, the customer walks in, you hand them a cup of coffee, or you give them a gift certificate for their kids, or you give them a transportation, a ride back to the store or back home. That's great stuff. That's a great service to make them feel good about you. But now, are they happy from your employees? Now, let's talk about your employees. How happy are they? Not just with you, but at home. Let's go on a little bit further. It's all about them. You see, years ago, we had a workshop, building brand value workshop, and one of the people at the class, she was a marketing director for one major auto dealer in an Arab country. And I asked her, I says, you had a crazy idea at night that all what you have is showrooms selling nothing but cars and auto parts. And you decided that from this day on, we are no longer going to be selling cars and auto parts. Went to the store next day, told your salespeople the same. So if all what you have is cars and auto parts, and you're no longer going to be selling them, what would you be selling? She looked at me and said, I'm going to sell you a bed in a mental hospital. What else would I be selling? I said, if you think of something that your competition don't have, they cannot offer. In that particular country, they had major problem on the road. And I says, if you're selling your customers nothing but their peace of mind on the road. Now, did that have anything to do with their service or products? It had to do with how much you care about their well-being, their safety in a country where there are no roadside assistance. Basically, it turned out that this idea became a very major business. They not only provided to the customers that bought cars from them, but they also turned it to roadside assistance in that particular country to give it to them. But think of it, it wasn't really associated with directly of your product. It was an added value. This was an opportunity you created for your customers of why to buy from you. I bought from you because you cared about the safety of my family and mine on the road. The car broke in within 15 minutes, an assistance comes up. Now I feel good about you. I feel good about myself that if the car broken down on the road, I have some help that will take care of me. In less than 5 words, can each of you in the group write what is your brand value? Remember, the car dealer, they're selling the customer's peace of mind on the road. What it would be for your business, the value. Back to the chat rooms, please, one more time. Can you think? Great. You see, we're still focused on terms of the products and services, which is the blood of your business, but not the heartbeat of your business. I keeps trying to get you to think. Don't think within the confine of your business. What would your customer have from you to take home? Not your product and not your service. Please think about it and send me an email, or I'm more than willing to set up a face-to-face chat on our system. Now, let me explain a little bit of iPen Club. We do offer business memberships, special editions, junior membership, Maverick membership, community memberships, universities and opportunities of university, resellers, vendors, franchises, affiliates. Now, basically, all what we do, as this session concluded, help businesses see things that they have not seen before. Stop thinking within the confines of your products and service. Stop thinking of the solutions you provide that customers pay for. Think of what is the added value. How would I make a difference in their life? That would last. Remember, no matter how good you are today, somebody is more likely to come in the future and take it away from you. If you think you've got it great, think of Nokia, think of BlackBerry, think of IBM when Microsoft was first offered to them. Think of a number of examples. Think of why did Amazon succeeded? Why did Uber succeed? When everybody betted that they wouldn't last. Actually, they're growing big, and who doubted them are failing big. Did that make a difference? Think in terms of the choices. Think of the ease, the inspirations you give people to make their life better. How would your business make people's lives better? That's the question I ask if we go back to the chat room for the last minute of this session. What is it that you do to help people feel great about themselves? Okay. What would you do? What did you do, or what would you do to make your customers feel good about themselves? How would you help them? For example, in difficult times. For example, years ago, we remember the Dukkanat al-Hara. I'm sure everybody remembers it. Dukkanat al-Hara, let me see how many. دكانة الحارة كانت أيام زمان هو تقدر تقول هو عمدة أو مختار الحارة. He knew everybody. Everybody trusted that person, and everybody went, whenever they needed help, they went to the Mukhtar al-Hara, to the Dukkana. They didn't have money. That's okay. Just take it and go. They found an answer to every help, to every problem that they had. They found help, probably most likely to a lot of the stuff. Sahib al-Dukkana, he knew also how to connect them to the people they need, even helping them to find the right wives for their children, or for their sons, or the right husbands for their daughters. That Dukkana was actually the center where all things and everything happened. فيها الحارة هاي. Now think in terms of how could your business become the center of where things happens to make everybody feel happy about. I don't expect you to answer this today. You're more than welcome to write to send it to my email address, which most of you, I'm sure you have it. If you don't, just write in the chat room. I'm more than happy to send it to you. Talk to you about it to help you a little bit further on this. We have a couple of upcoming workshops, how to build an iconic health brand in changing times. Actually, when people think about healthcare brand, they think it's about hospitals, clinics. No. Every home is a healthcare brand. Every business is a healthcare brand. It's a mindset of how people feel, how to make people feel good about themselves. It could be an exercise. It could be eating healthy. It could be healthy, friendly environments. This brand, it's being conducted in partnership with Mina College and Is'af Dubai. And we encourage you guys to join us on this one. It's going to be on October 21st and 23rd. The information available on it on our website. And also we have another one. It's called Building Your Brand Value Workshop. That's in November 12th through 13th. That's in partnership with Rochester Institute of Technology in Dubai. It's an American university. And it's going to be conducted in Dubai also. And we encourage you really to enjoy it, to join us at that event as well, because it's something that you would not wanna miss at all. Also, we have an upcoming Singapore cruise ship. We're going to be launching a competition for businesses in the region, starting in UAE, to help build values for their businesses, to showcase it on that cruise ship next year for 5 days out of Singapore. That's going to be host major businesses, decision makers from around the world. These are just a few of the exciting opportunities that we have coming up. With this, I bring the session to conclusion, and I'm ready for any questions you may have at the moment. Thank you for joining us, and let me know of any questions you may have, please. Faisal?
So for questions, please feel free to use the button on the left-hand panel and submit your questions.
It says questions on it.
While you're preparing your questions, I just wanted to remind everyone that all these webinars are scheduled, and they can be found on the website identitybrandingforum.net. So do visit the website and go through the events and upcoming programs, webcasts, webinars. And you can reach us at info@identitybrandingforum.net. If there are no questions, then with this, we conclude this webcast. Dr. Baidas, you have anything else?
No, I appreciate everybody's support for joining us today. And if they would like to participate in the polls that's available on their next, on the left tag, please do.
So once the session ends, you will be prompted for a poll. So please take your time and go through that poll. Thank you very much for joining us today. Have a great evening.
Thank you.